drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them four abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy extreme heated chase night to you all. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network, as we're pleased to bring you live coverage from Auto Club Speedway. The Extreme Motorsports Xfinity Series brings you the TreatMyClot.com 300 by Janssen as a part of Chase Race number 4. I am your commentator, Sean Zulu, and I am joined by my good friend and producer, Dave Everly. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing, Sean?
I am doing great, thank you. Well, Dave, tonight here, once again, we do have Chase Race number 4. Well, Dave, tell us a little bit about tonight's race, please.
Well, as you said, we are at Auto Club Speedway taking a look at our weather. We have a air temperature of 65 degrees, track temperature 65, with the wind right about 3.5 miles out of the west under partly cloudy conditions.
That is very, very good race weather right there. That will cause a lot of competition around the track. And because there is a lot of grip, that means a lot more side-by-side action tonight here at Auto Club Speedway. And as usual, the drivers do have a 65% fuel limit. That is 65%. So they do have to pit at least once in order to be able to make it all the way. And this is an 80-lap race. But before moving on to tonight's race, let's actually take a recap from last week's race. The Drive for Safety 300 at Chicagoland Speedway has Chase Race number 3. We did have the 97 with Nate Rito bring it home, who is a defending champion. The 5 Alan J. Elwood 2nd, 76 Cameron Hearn 3rd, 00 Nick Hunt 4th, the 2 of Richie Evans 5th, the 4 of Mike Rominger 6th, the 29 of Matthew Wells and Max 7th, we had the 25 Rusty Farrow, or 75 Rusty Farrow 8th, 42 Jeffrey Creek 9th, and the 59 of James Thorndike did round up the top 10 last week at Chicagoland Speedway. And in that race, we had a lot of hard racing as drivers tried to take advantage or tried to overtake their opponents in points to try and advance their spots to better their chances of winning the chase. And lots of great battles, especially for the race lead up front, who had the big wreck on lap number 2, which did collect a lot of mid to rear pack drivers as it caused the big jank early on. And Zachary Crazer did get the worst end of that deal as he did go multiple laps down because of it, but still stayed in it to win it. And the cars were pushing heavily on the exit of turns number 2 and snapping around on the entrance to turns number 3 and 4, which did cause and give the drivers a lot of extra challenges because they had to be on their toes to avoid getting claimed by the track. And Cameron Hearn was a new driver. Well, he was a new driver to the Chase Series here, but he is one of the drivers here at the Extreme Motorsports Series. But he did really give the drivers out there a run for their money, and he did finish in that 3rd place spot. And Nate Rito at the very end did pull out to a 3-second lead over the 5 Alan Airwood and brought it home unchallenged. They brought it down to Nate Rito, Alan Airwood, Cameron Hearn, Nick Hunt, and Richie Evans. And our drivers in points, we currently have Alan J. Airwood still in the lead. 97 Nate Rito went from 3rd place last week to 2nd place this week, only 17 points behind the leader, the 5 of Airwood. We have the 4 of Mike Rominger bumped down 1 spot by the 97 of Nate Rito and separating them by 5 points. We have the 59 James Thorndike going from 5th place, or from 4th place, no, from 5th place to 4th place, and is now 7 points behind the 4 of Mike Rominger. We have the 2 of Richie Evans, who went from 7th place to 5th place this week and is only 1 point behind 59 of James Thorndike. We also have the 83 of Mike Franklin, who went from 6th to 4th, from 4th to 6th, and is only 1 point behind Richie Evans. So 4th, 5th, and 6th are only separated by 1 point. And we have the 75 Rusty Farrow, who went from 9th place to 7th place and is 16 points behind 83 of Mike Rominger. 32 Mason Kane went from 6th to 8th and is 19 points behind Rusty Farrow. And the 15 Chris Parkman is in 9th place from 8th place in points and is only 6 points behind the 32 Mason Kane, who unfortunately was not able to make it last week. 07 Tyler Sifford, no change, still 10th in points, but is now 12 points behind the 15 of Chris Parkman. That 14 Vern Bradley as well, no change, still in the 11th place spot in points, 3 spots behind 07 of Tyler Sifford, who is in that 10th place spot. And the last driver here in the chase, the 88 John Hillston, still in the 12th place spot here, only 1 point behind the 14 of Vern Bradley, who is in that 11th place spot. But going back to tonight's race here, we do have these guys done qualifying so far, as right now they are gridding up, so we are going to give them a few seconds before we go down that list. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the defending champion 97 Nate Rito, last week's winner, on the pole. And to his right is the 5 Alan J. Airwood, his biggest opponent, the leader of the points, starting 2nd right beside him. The 49 Nathan Shiflett starting 3rd. 42 Jeffrey Creek starting 4th. We have the 4 Mike Rominger starting in 5th place. 76 Cameron Hearn, keep an eye on that driver, starting in 6th. 2 of Richie Evans starting 7th. With the 75 of Rusty Farrow starting 8th. 00 of Nick Hunt will start in the 9th place spot. 07 Tyler Sifford will round up the top 10. We have the 87 of David Elliott starting 11th. 18 of Rick Donathan starting 12th. The 99 of Eric Kanakes 13th. The 64 of Michael Knight 14th. We have the 59 of James Thorndike 15th. We have the 7 of Gary Woobot 16th. Yeah, 39 Zachary Crazer trying to redeem himself tonight after having a bad night last week at Chicagoland, starting in the 17th place spot. 82 of Mike Franklin 18th, with a 29 of Matthew Welsenbach starting 19th, and will be the last car to put down a qualifying time. 06 of Rick Seabrands 20th. 14 Vern Bradley 21st. We have the 05 of Tommy Amasi 22nd. Yeah, 20 of Ethan Kurtz, 23rd. And that will round up every driver racing tonight. And that will give us a 23 car field out there, as these drivers right now will be being led by the 97 of Nate Trito here once these guys start rolling. Speaking of rolling, the 97 of Trito will lead them off pit road. Well, the 5 of Elwood does beat him off pit road, but the 97 of Trito will still be in the lead with 49 of Nathan Shiflett right behind him. 42 Jeffrey Creek starting second place on the outside behind the 5 of Alan Elwood. Well, Dave, it's going to be an amazing race. Like I'd gone over the points here. We have these guys only separated by a few points, and they might not be racing for that lead, but they are racing to advance their spot still.
Yeah, most definitely. But these guys know that they have tonight's race, and then next week here on Dre Broadcasting Network, we will be crowning a season champion here next week in the Extreme Motorsports 99.com NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Oh yeah, next week's race will be at Homestead Miami Speedway for the Ford EcoBoost 300. Just like David said, right here on the Dre Broadcasting Network. And thank you for joining us tonight. Once again, this is the TreatMyClot.com 300 by Janssen. Part of the Extreme Motorsports Xfinity Series here for chase race number 4. As right now, these drivers do enter turns 3 and 4. Going green for the first time, this time by 97 Nate Trito does control the pace. The field depends on him this time. And the pace will be dipping off here, ducking off, hard left, it takes it off the track it goes. And 97 Trito does put it down, no hesitation. 49 Shiflett sees it coming. 5 of Elwood caught slipping quite a bit. 42 right behind him right there was caught slipping as well, Jeffrey Creek, but does fall back in line, is able to fall in line behind the 49 of Nathan Shiflett. And we do go green for the first time. And behind the 42, Jeffrey Creek, we do have the 76 Cameron Hearn right now, still getting up to speed. Behind him is the 4 of Mike Rumming, already being challenged by the 2 of Richie Evans, who is pulling the 00 of Nick Hunt. That 2 of Richie Evans does make the pass successfully, entering turn 3. 00 Nick Hunt does have a big run with the draft of the 2 of Richie Evans. At the same time, a driver behind the 00 Nick Hunt is the 75 Russ Farrow must make contact with the 4 of Roming. It almost went 3 wide, but the 75 Farrow did back it down to avoid getting in trouble, causing trouble, and that did allow the 07 of Tyler Sifford to take it away.
Yeah, it looks like running up front here, Sean, these guys are mostly single file, but as you said, back here running, looks like from the right about the 7th position back, these guys are still battling. Here comes the 07 of Tyler Sifford. He gets to the inside of Rusty Farrell. He is going to complete that pass as he is all over that back bumper of the 4 of Mike Rominger.
Oh, Dave, some trouble on the track. 06, Rick Seabrand's heavy smoke on that machine. 20, Ethan Kurtz, heavy damage on that rear end. Not sure what happened to them, but exiting turn 2, they did have an incident that did give the 06 of Seabrand's the worst end of that deal. Was right now he is headed down pit road to get some service.
Going back up front here, our season points leader right now in the chase. The 5 of Elwood is still out leading. He's got the 97 of Trito and the 42 of Creek behind him. But a little further back, you still have Cameron Hearn, Nathan Shiflett, Richie Evans, Nick Hunt, and Tyler Sifford all riding there. So they're not really pulling away. They're just kind of riding here. We do have 80 laps here tonight at Auto Club Speedway. We have 77 laps remaining. We are still under green flag conditions.
Yep, and Dave, the 5 of Elwood does give us the first lead change of tonight's race here on lap number 4. So he made the pass on lap number 3, but it counted starting on lap with lap number 4. That's when he took over the race lead. And looking further back in the pack at the 4 of Romy. Actually, the 07 of Sifford has the crossover move on the outside of the 00 of Nick Hunt, who will stay low in the draft of the 49 of Nathan Shiflett and the 2 of Richie Evans. And Dave, from experience, I can tell you that here at Auto Club, these guys try their best to... the 49 Nathan goes sideways. The 4 Roman gets around him sideways as well. He will spin out here. No harm done. The caution will fly on lap number 5. Let's go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that on the 49 of Shiflett.
Well, as we pull up our Dre Broadcasting replay here, we are going to rewind it back, focusing. Ooh, it looks like there was some contact between the 00 of Hunt and the 49 of Shiflett. Looks like Shiflett is going to be able to get it stopped before hitting the wall. Just minor damage to his car. I can't really see it, but he does spin around and lose a lot of positions.
And Dave, for further investigation there, the cause of that, the 49 getting loose, was that apron. Once again, the apron is not your friend. It never will be. It's never been anybody's friend. So he did tap it with his left front tire, and that did really get it squirrely, and which did check up the field. 00 Nick Hunt had nowhere to go, which did get into the back of him. Or the 75 Ferro got into the back of him because it did check up to avoid getting to the back of 49 of Shiflett. It caused a chain reaction, and that did give us the first caution. Just like you said, the 49 of Shiflett is lucky enough to have sustained just a little bit of damage. Well, looking at it, actually, he doesn't seem to have any damage, so just a little bit of minor scratches on it. But he's still going to be able to stay competitive without having to get that car fixed. But going back up front, the 5 Airwood in the lead, the 97 Trito right behind him second. Are they going to go down pit road? Let's see. Yes, they will. The 5 Airwood will lead them down pit road. At this point, every single driver will be going down pit road, but we do have one driver staying out. It's the 06 of Rick Seabrands staying out to get a lap back, and he just might here. Yes, he will. He does get on the pace car back on the lead lap here on lap number 7. But the 20 of Ethan Kurtz right now down pit road, 2 laps down, most likely getting some damage fixed on that machine. So hopefully he can be able to get back out there, stay competitive. Oh, race off pit road. 97 Trito did beat the 5 of Alan Elwood by a nose hair, and will take over the race lead here on lap number 7. And Dave, every single driver by the looks of it took 4 tires with a full tank of gas.
Yeah, most definitely. Just go ahead. I figured they just most likely came down, went ahead, took their 4 tires here, just getting a feel for the track. They still got a long race here, so they are definitely just wanting to get a good feel.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers do have a 65% fuel limit. That is 65%. So they do have to pit at least once in order to be able to make it, but I believe they will have to pit at least twice in order to make it all the way. And the pit window ranges from lap, it's safe to say, from lap 20, in between lap 20 and 30. So we do definitely look forward to seeing that, as right now they most likely will be coming back one to green. Nope, the lights on the pace car still stay on, so that does give us some time to get a race interview in. Let's focus on the 87 of David Elliott. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the 87 of David Elliott up here with us. Get a cop there, Dave. David Elliott, you got a copy there, bud? Oh, unfortunately, we're not able to get communications with the 87 of David Elliott. But we definitely will keep trying, just so we can catch up with him and just see how his race is going. But let's actually focus on the 64 of Michael Knight instead. '64 Michael Knight. Got a copy there, bud?
Yep, I got a copy.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good here. Had a little incident there on the first pacing laps, but we got her fixed up.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. We are very, very glad to hear that. And looking at it right now, you started in the 14th place spot and are currently in that 20th spot. And what's your game plan for tonight's race, buddy?
I'm just going to try to keep it straight here. It's real slippery out here. I'm going to keep it clean, stay out of somebody's way.
Oh, 10-4, brother. And from racing the track during practice, have you noticed any unusual changes in tire wear or any looseness in the car at all?
Yeah, well, it seems to get a little bit snugger a little on the long run here, so maybe I can handle it until then. But definitely right here on the restarts, it is very slippery.
Oh, copy that, man. We can only imagine. And yeah, the track temp is very, very good. Yeah, but the track might be still very loose. So the cars are very loose on this track, as you guys do seem to be keeping off that bottom lane to try and avoid wearing out those tires more. But Mike, you now are back 1 to green, so we are gonna let you up at the driver's seat. And good luck to you, buddy. Make us proud as usual.
Thanks, sir.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 64 of Michael Knight, starting in the currently in the 20th place spot. As right now we are back 1 to green. The 97 of Trichot still in the lead with the 76 of Cameron Hearn right behind him. The 5 of Alan J. Elwood leaving the outside of the help of the 2 of Richie Evans. We're going to be going green this time by for the second time.
Yes, the pace car now brings them here into turn 3. We are being led by the 97, or the 5 of Alan Elwood, or the 97 of Nate Trito, who is on the inside. The 5 of Alan Elwood is on the outside, as it seems the outside is starting to be where they want to go here, as the pace car now brings them out of turn number 4. The pace car is off. They keep it going pace speed here, waiting for the green flag. Off goes the 97 of Nate Trito as the green flag flies. The 5 of Alan Elwood holds his position, then drops down in front of the 76 of Cameron Hearn coming into turn 1.
He does drift back high, which leaves the door open for the 76 of Cameron Hearn, but nope, he was able to set himself up perfectly for the entrance to turns number 1, or to turn 1. 76 of Hearn right now does try his best to catch up to the 5 of Alan J. Elwood. The 97 of Trichot did get a very, very good jump on these drivers, and has about 0.2 seconds of a lead against the 5 of Alan Elwood, but behind with the 07 Tyler Sifford making his way up into the top 5 here, right behind that 76 of Cameron Hearn.
Yes, we saw Tyler Sifford there starting back in 10th position, already cracked into the number 4 position. He is wanting to definitely get up front here and go for the win.
Yeah, these guys have good enough motivation to bring this thing home tonight, and they all have new tires, so the racing is going to be very, very stiff. As right now we have the 07 of Tyler Sifford on the inside of the 76 of Cameron Hearn. That is a battle for that 3rd place spot, as the 5 of Elwood, the 97 of Trito are now pulling away from these drivers. The 07 of Sifford does make the pass successfully against the 76 of Cameron Hearn. And look at that, Dave, going back up from the 5 of Elwood has finally caught up to the 97 of Nate Trito. Actually, scratch that. Looks like the gap is still consistent. Still 0.2 seconds. But he's still doing an amazing job pulling him in, as right now he does get very, very close to him here on the exit of turn 2. And that draft will suck him in. And Dave, that's a good thing about these tracks here with long straight stretches like they have here at Auto Club, is if you do lose time in the turns, you most likely will gain it back on the straight.
Yeah, it looks like pretty much looking back through the field here, we are single file except for the 00 of Nick Hunt. He is looking to the inside there of the 18 of Rick Donovan as they come down into turn number 1. They are still side by side. It looks like they are dead heat here coming out of turn number 2 and onto the backstretch.
And that 18 of Jonathan does put the hammer down to the floor, makes the outside line work with the help of the draft of the 82 of Mike Franklin, who is ahead of him. And that 00 Nick Hunt will have no choice but to fall back in line and going back up front, Dave. We have had a lead change. The 5 of Elwood getting around the 97 of Nate Trito last lap in between turns number 1 and 2, and takes over the race lead here on lap number 14. And further back in the pack, Dave, the 07 of Sifford has an engine roaring behind him, a motor roaring behind him, and that is the 76 of Cameron Hearn.
Well, as we saw the 76 of Cameron Hearn kind of make a little contact there with the apron, but he's able to keep it going as he lost a little time there to the 07 of Tyler Sifford, and also the 42 of Jeffrey Creek is able to get around him and take away that number 4 position.
Right behind 76, Cameron Hearn. At the moment, Cameron Hearn is not in the clear just yet. He has that too of Richie Evans charging on his back bumper here. Within a few turns, he will be able to get to his inside, or at least start applying pressure, get close enough to apply pressure. And two of Richie Evans is not alone. He is bringing some drivers with him. He has a 4 of Roaming right behind, and 75 of Rusty Fair, and the caution will fly. We are going to go back and take a look at who might have been involved in that. Oh, the 18, Rick Donovan, 82, Mike Franklin, both sideways off the exit of turn 2. Let's go on replay and focus on the 82 of Mike Franklin.
Well, as we pull up our Dre Broadcasting replay, we are focusing on the 82 of Mike Franklin here. As they come out, it just looks like a little minor contact here. See if we can't get it from another point of view. Yeah, it looks like a little contact there, but we are going to try for one more view here. See if we can see exactly what... Oh, he just lost it coming out of the turn. The 18 of Rick Donovan and the 00 of Nick Hunt had nowhere to go, and it just got him spun around.
Yeah, very unfortunate indeed for all drivers involved in that. And the 18, Rick Donovan, has not had the best season just yet. He has been getting involved in almost every single wreck there has been throughout all the entire races, races we've had this far. Right now, he's still gonna stay in it to win it, as he will be going down pit road to get that damage fixed. But the 5 of Alan Elwood still in the lead of the 97 Trito, right behind him in second place. Will these guys go down pit road? Let's see. And yes, they will. The 5 of Elwood will lead the whole entire field down pit road. Do we have some drivers staying out? No, we do not. Every single driver will be going down pit road this time by, as they have 10 laps on their tires at this point. And Dave, let's actually focus on the 5 of Elwood, just so we can see if it takes 4 tires, 2 tires, or gas only. Yep, the 5 of Elwood right now rolls off pit road, takes 4 tires with a full tank of gas, the same as the leader did, the 97 of Nate Trito, who does beat him off pit road. Looks like Alan Elwood had a 13.7 second pit stop, while Nate Trito had a 12.7 second pit stop. So that was a 1 second difference in these guys' pit stops. Let's actually focus on one of the drivers here for the race interview. Let's focus on the 06 of Rick Seabrands. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the 06 of Rick Seabrands up here with us. Get a cup there, Rick.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, how are you, buddy?
Good, man.
Well, Rick, you have been doing an amazing job tonight. You have been keeping a low profile all night long and pretty much all season long. Tonight, you started in 20th place spot, and right now you're currently in the 17th place spot. What's your game plan, buddy?
Well, I got a lot of cars a little loose off the turns tonight, man. It'd be... the Jack Daniels Camaro struggled most of this year, and it ain't from lack of effort, though. We've been trying real hard out here and been showing up and giving it an effort. But Gill up on the box, he's going to make some adjustments here with all these, some more cautions, and see if we can't get this car right and see if we can't get a top 10 out of it tonight.
Oh, copy that, Rick. And Rick, throughout practice, when you were monitoring the car, do you think you have a fast enough car to bring this home, or at least advance your spots before this thing ends?
Boy, you know, we ran real well at Michigan, and it's kind of like just like this track, and we got it with a little bit of pit strategy we got up front, and you know, if it works out, our car is pretty fast up on that middle line, and you know, the cautions fall our way, we get a little bit of track position, we can I think we might have something for them.
Oh, copy that. That is very, very good to hear. And we do look forward to seeing you advance your spots. And right now, you just went from 17th to 16th, right behind the 64 of Michael Knight. But we are glad that everything is going your way, and we are glad that your pit crew right now is doing all the calculations and trying his best to make the car suitable enough for you to keep your hammer down to the floor and take as many names away as possible to advance your spot. So good luck to you, buddy, and make us proud as usual.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 06 of Rick Seabrands, currently in the 16th place spot after starting in 20th place position. Just like he had said, he has been keeping a low profile because the car has been very, very loose. So he's just trying to get used to the track, get used to the handling of the car, while his pit crew is, or his pit crew is actually monitoring how it's handling to better know how to adjust it to maximize that performance, so he can be able to advance those spots. He is an amazing driver, so we do need to keep an eye on him all night long tonight. But going back up front, we are now back 1 to green. 97 Trito still in the lead. 5 Alan Airwood in second. 07 Tyler Sifford starting third, right behind, or third place, second place on the bottom lane behind the 97 Trito. And that 42 of Jeffrey Creek in fourth place. Second place on the outside line. And Dave, at this point, the heaviest mover we've had so far is the 07 Tyler Sifford, making his way up into that top 3 spot after starting in the 10th place position. And these drivers right now are getting bunched up nice and tight. Every single one of them does have 4 tires with the full tank of gas. So they do have enough to race it out here for a couple more laps before they have to go down pit road for some mandatory green flag pit stops.
Oh, most definitely, Sean. Here is the pace car now is bringing them out of turn number 4 as Nate Trito is keeping them at pace speed here. We are getting ready to go back green flag racing here on lap 20 of 80 as the pace car now dips off. Nate Trito gets hard onto that throttle. The 07 of Tyler Sifford sees it coming. Looks like the 5 of Alan Elwood sleeping just a little as he is going to drop back into the 3rd position.
And the battle for the 4th place spot between the 76 of Cameron Hearn and the 42 of Jeffrey Creek, as Jeffrey Creek does give it away to the 76 of Cameron Hearn, but the 42 of Creek coming back with a bigger run on the outside of the 76 of Cameron Hearn, who will stay in that middle lane to ride the draft of the 5 of Elwood to let that 42 of Creek ride his outside line. But the 42 of Creek here did back it down, entering turns number 3 and 4 to let the 76 of Cameron Hearn go. And behind them, we do have the 75 Rusty Farrer, the 4 of Mike Romming, and the 2 of Richie Evans. These guys just riding single file in each other's draft to try and catch those leaders.
Yeah, these guys, I think they're just kind of riding, not pushing the issue. We have already heard some complaints about these cars getting tight. We've already seen a couple guys lose the back end there coming out of turn number 2 as we see, got another one going down through the infield. I didn't see the car number. It's the 75 of Rusty Farrell. He is going to lose it, and he is going to keep it down below, and we are going to stay green flag racing.
Oh, holy cow, what a nice save by Rusty Farrell. No harm done on that machine. Not a single scratch. He was able to keep it off of everything, and he will still be able to stay competitive here with a very, very good-looking car out there. That Chevy Camaro. But going back up front, the 5 of Airwood being challenged by 07 of Tyler Sifford, who gets loose in front of him. The 97 Trito as well gets loose on the entrance of the turn. The 07 of Sifford will spin out on the exit of turn 2. He gets tagged by the 4 of Mike Rominger. Big wreck off the exit of turn 2. But the green flag will still stay out. The caution will not fly. Holy cow.
We are going to definitely have to pull that up here on the Dre Broadcasting replay, focusing on the 07 of Tyler Sifford here as we go back here to the replay and take a look at it. Him riding on the outside, that back end, turn number 2 gets another victim, just gets him bent out of shape in a little contact there from that 4 of Rominger. But as you said, we are going to stay green flag racing here at Auto Club.
And that 4 of Mike Rominger right now down pit road, gonna get some damage fixed. That was a heavy, heavy tag. He did T-bone the crap out of the spinning 07 of Sifford. So he will have to end up using his backup car in order to stay competitive. And he does get that backup car out, and he will roll here shortly. But he does take some right sides while he's on pit road. And will he take left sides? Yes, he will. 4 tires, full tank of gas. And off pit road he goes.
Well, going back up front, Sean, there's a little damage there on that number 5 of Alan Elwood. He has got some damage there on the right front of his car as he is now falling back into second. The 97 of Nate Trito is going to take over that lead, but here comes the 5 of Alan Elwood looking back to reclaim it here in turns 3 and 4.
Oh, Dave, he might have damage, but he still has a heavy foot. He does get around the 97 Trito. He takes the race lead back on lap number 24. And that 97 Trito will charge on his back bumper. Will he give him a tap? Nope, he does back off to let him go. And for the back in the pack, the 49, Nathan Schiffer trying to apply pressure to the 87 of David Elliott, who will try to hold him off. 87 of Elliott does drift way wide on the exit of 2, and the caution will fly. As we're gonna go back and take a look at who might have been involved in that. Oh, 00 Nick Hunt was spun out sideways on the track on the exit of turn number 2. Oh, and also the 05 of Tommy Amasi was involved. Let's actually focus on the 05 of Tommy Amasi on replay.
Well, as we go back to our Dre Broadcasting replay, we are focusing. Oh, looks like that turn got another victim and just collected a bunch of the cars there towards the back. The 64 of Michael Knight looks like he is going to get through it. But as you said, that 00 of Nick Hunt is smoking, so he got some heavy, heavy damage. I think that's what the 07, though, of Tyler Sifford wanted to see to get him caught back up to the field.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. And that wreck right there did involve a lot more drivers. 59 James Thorndike did hit him from behind because he had nowhere to go once he got loose. 00 Nick Hunt did T-bone him. And so did the 39 of Zach Krazer, who did blow his motor on impact. Very unfortunate for all drivers involved in that. And that will keep the 4 of Rominger down, a lap down. 82 Mike Franklin lap down as well. And also looks like the 39 of Zachary Krazer will be going a lap down, as he is right now getting towed down to pit road. And still in the lead is the 5 Alan J. Elwood, the 97 Trito, 42 Jeffrey Creek, 76 Cameron Hearn, and the 2 of Richie Evans, as that 5 of Elwood will lead them down pit road this time by. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take our first commercial break of tonight's race here on lap number 26 so you guys can get some more refreshments and some more popcorn. We'll be right back, so stay tuned.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Hightorque has been manufacturing industrial bolting tools for over 45 years. In that time, we've dedicated ourselves to enhancing safety, quality, and schedule in our customers' workplace. I'm proud to say that Hightorque is the most trusted name in the industrial bolting industry.
All of our equipment is made right here in the United States, which allows us to have strict quality control processes. This ensures that the product you receive will work safely and effectively. From steel mills, mining, and refineries to nuclear and wind power, if you can bolt it, we've made equipment that can get the job done safer, faster, and better.
Every Hightorque tool is a direct response to the needs of our customers. We have a highly experienced engineering team that is waiting to design the most efficient solution for your job. We're going to make it simple, affordable, and safe for the application you're working on.
We've yet to meet a bolting challenge that we can't solve. All industrial bolting systems carry an inherent safety risk. They exert a lot of power. There's no way around that. But Hightorque has patented many systems to increase safety and reduce the risk of incidents.
High-Torque makes many different bolting systems, and each system can be configured in a host of different ways. Reach out to your local High-Torque representative for a free survey. We'll find the perfect tool for you to optimize your bolting work.
But we're not just talking about the tool. High-Torque is focused on the entire process. We've developed nearly every major innovation in industrial bolting systems in the last 45 years. But we know that training and after-sales support is just as important as having the best tooling. So we're also focusing our attention there.
Starting with partnerships with technical schools and training centers, we've been a driving force behind education in our industry. We know we can reduce accidents by increasing awareness of safe handling practices before technicians enter the workforce. We work with OSHA and ASME to create certified training courses and to formalize bolting processes. We make sure that every new tool operator receives a safety and operation overview before using the tools.
We care about support. We have the only no questions asked warranty in the industry, and we'll do absolutely anything to keep our customers happy. If we can improve a part and increase the safety or functionality of one of our tools, we'll do it, and we'll replace the old part free of charge.
Our new International Distribution Center features the latest inventory management technology. The multi-shuttle system moves items from induction areas into
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TreatMyClot.com 300 by Janssen here at the Extreme Motorsports Xfinity Series for Chase race number 4 at Auto Club Speedway. And we are back 1-2 green. We do have a new leader leading his first lap of tonight's race here. That's 64 of Michael Knight. And behind him we have the 97 on Trito. Actually, right behind him is the 5 Alan Elwood with the 97 Trito on his right side, leading the outside line. The 76 of Cameron Hearn right behind him. And that 5 Alan Elwood does have a little bit of front end damage on that machine, but not enough to affect him because he was still able to get around 97 Trito while under green flag conditions. But right now we do enter turns 3 and 4, going green, this time by. These guys get very, very bunched up to try and avoid getting caught off guard once the 64 of Knight puts that hammer down the floor. They do exit turns 3 and 4. The pace will be backing off here shortly. Hard left it takes, it all goes up here. 64 Knight does not hesitate, puts it down the floor. 97 Trito does see it coming. The 5 out on the inside line, but he's not close enough to make a difference in the spot just yet. But he's still holding off the 76 of Cameron Hearn for that 3rd place spot. The 2 of Richie Evans will try and put in the middle. 29 of Matt Welsenbach. He does follow the 5 of Alan Elwood while overtaking the 76 of Cameron Hearn.
Yeah, look up there in the top 5, the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach. Oh, Cameron Hearn gets loose. Oh, big wreck there in the back stretches. We are going to go back to the caution and take a look at that. We are going to focus on Cameron Hearn there. We take a look here and see exactly what happened as I pull up the instant replay. It looks like him and the 29 get almost door to door. Wasn't sure if I saw any contact, but that shot him up into the wall and collected a bunch of cars there behind him.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of cars collected in that indeed. And yeah, the contact was between the 76 of Hearn himself and the 29 of Matt Welsenbach, which did really cause a chain effect behind them. For example, 49 Nate Schiffer got the worst end of that deal right there. And 06 of Seabrands tried his best to slow that sucker down, but no luck. There was no slowing it down in time to avoid making a difference in that. But going back up front, the 64 of Michael Knight still in the lead, and 97 Trito still in 2nd place, a 5 Elwood 3rd, 29 Matt Welsenbach 4th, and the 2 of Richie Evans in that 5th place spot. But Dave, these guys have about 5 laps on their tires, so I'm pretty sure Sam will decide to stay out.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to try to get back here, green flag racing here at Auto Club on this 2-mile track here. So as we see him coming out of turn 4, looks like the 64 of Michael Knight is going to come down. 97 of Nate Trito is going to stay out. So is the 18 of Rick Donovan. And it looks like almost everybody else is going to go ahead and come down pit road. Also, the 49 of Nathan Shiplet is going to stay out as well.
Yeah, we only have 3 drivers deciding to stay out right there. That might come back to bite them. It might not. These guys do know better. They have raced this track. They have practiced, so they do know when that tire wear starts kicking in and affecting the performance of those cars. That does give us time to get a race interview in. So let's focus on the 39 of Zachary Kraser. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the 39 of Zachary Kraser up here. That's good. Come up there, bud.
Hey, how you going?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Well, I've had better days.
Yeah, I can only imagine, Zach. Yeah, last week at Chicagoland, you had some bad luck as well. And you have had a rough start to tonight's race. You went from 2 laps down right up to 1 lap down. So that's a very, very good thing on your part. How's the track feeling, buddy? How's the car handling?
Well, before I got that last wreck, the car was actually feeling really good. Was gripping really well out of the corner, where a lot of people I've seen had some issues with being a little loose. So if I can get this lap back here, I feel like I can at least contend for a top 5, maybe a top 10.
Oh, copy that. That is very, very good to hear on your part. And yeah, you will be able to get your lap back in no time by the pace you're going. You just went from 2 laps down to 1 lap down here in only a matter of laps. And Zach, what's your preferred race line here? Because we have noticed that turn 2 exit is not the prettiest from the bottom lane.
I've definitely been running either the second or third lane and trying to get that run. I feel like the car's gripping really well up there right now. I feel like as the race goes on, more people are going to move up a little bit more, so the lane should hopefully widen out a little bit more. So I feel like that'll go to my advantage.
Oh, copy that, Zach. Well, I just wanted to check in with you, and we do hope your race gets better, but you did get 1 lap back, and here in no time you will be able to get your another lap back, to get back on the lead lap, and do the best you can to stay alive out there, because you're not only battling your opponents out there, but you are as well battling that track. Any final words before I let you go?
Well, just hopefully we can get some green flag laps in, and hopefully this will end up being a good race for everybody watching at home.
Well, good luck to you, Zach, and make us proud as usual. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 39 Zachary Kraser, currently in 21st spot after starting in 17th place position. Currently a lap down, but going back up front, we still have the 18 of Rick Jonathan in 2nd place, and 97 Trito still in the lead with the 49 of Nathan Shiflett in the 3rd place spot. That can't be right. Looks like Nathan Shiflett just got shuffled back all the way to the back here. So once we cross the start-finish line, it is going to be updating. But currently in the 4th place spot is the 64 Michael Knight, the 2 of Richie Evans in the 5th place spot.
Yeah, as the pace car now brings them here across the start-finish line, the driver shuts those lights off. We are back 1 to green here. We will be going back green here on lap 35 out of 80. We are 47 laps remaining here tonight in race chase number 4, the TreatMyClock.com by Janssen here at the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series.
And that 64 of Michael Knight will be starting behind the leader, the 97 of Nate Trito, the defending champion. 18 of Rick Jonathan right now trying to stay up here to try and avoid getting in trouble there in the back, because it looks like every time he's further back in the pack, mid-pack to back of the pack, he does end up getting involved in some incidents. And that 2 of Richie Evans will be starting behind that 18 of Rick Jonathan on the outside line, as these guys do get bunched up nice and tight. And from every single restart we've had, the 97 Trito has been going. As soon as the pace car dips off, he does wait a couple of seconds and puts the hammer down to the floor. So we're gonna see here if the drivers have caught on yet or not quite.
Well, I'm sure the 18 of Rick Donovan is going to be waiting, because he's wanting to get on that throttle as he is leading the outside with the 2 of Richie Evans right behind him. Nate Trito on the inside with the 64 of Michael Knight as the pace car now brings them onto the exit of turn number 4 here at Auto Club Speedway. We are getting ready to go back green flag racing. The pace car is off. They keep it pace speed. Here goes the 97 of Nate Trito. He ggets hard on that throttle. The 64 Michael Knight just fell asleep there as the 18 of Rick Donovan is going to be able to pass him here coming into turn number 1.
And that 64, Michael Knight does hold off the 2 of Richie Evans. Does a great job and occupies the inside of the 18 of Jonathan, who does move up the track as he's occupying his inside. 42, Jeffrey Creek's going to take it 3-1. 64, Mike Knight in the middle. 42, Jeffrey Creek on the bottom lane. 18, Rick Jonathan does propel past both drivers, but still they do have his inside. Oh, he does chop the nose off other 64 of Michael Knight. And the 2 of Evans does back up. He drifts way high to let them go to avoid causing trouble in the 18 of Jonathan's on the clear just yet. The 42 of Creek is on his inside line for that second place spot.
Wow, these guys are throwing all these hard blows early here in the race. We are just almost to the halfway point here tonight, as the 42 of Creek is not letting Rick Donovan go, as they are still battling for that number 2 spot.
And that 42 of Creek, big run on the outside line. 18 Jonathan, big run on the outside line as well. The caution will fly. We are going to go back and take a look at who might have been involved in that. Oh, turn 2 does claim another driver, 82, Mike Franklin, sideways off the track. Actually, it didn't start with 82, Mike Franklin. Looks like 76, Cameron Hearn was involved. Up 0, Nick Hunt. Let's focus on the 76 of Cameron Hearn on replay and see what happened.
Well, as we go here, we find a good camera angle of the 82 of Franklin there, as we are looking as he comes out of the turn. Looks like the accident was in front of him, the 75, and he just spun out to try to avoid it. Didn't make no contact, but I do see the 00 of Mike Franklin, the 76 of Cameron Hearn, who had to tow back to pit road.
Oh my God, very unfortunate indeed. And we have had some drivers retiring for the night. We have 06 of Rick Seabrans retiring for the night, and 76 of Cameron Hearn. I said, oh my God, because 00 Nick Hunt once again T-bones the crap out of a spinning car. And that will give him some heavy damage on that machine. But he will be going down pit road to try and get that damage fixed, to try and stay competitive out there, because I believe he already used his backup car during that first T-bone incident that he had. But going back up from the 97, Trichot still in the lead with the 42, Jeffrey Creek in second place, 18 of Rick Donovan in third, 64 Michael Knight fourth, and the 2 of Richie Evans in that 5th place spot. But everybody does go down pit road except for the 64 of Michael Knight, who decides to stay outside, or who decides to stay out to take over the race lead here on lap number 38, and he does have someone behind him. It's this 99 of Eric Canex. Oh, and look at that, Dave. 39, Zachary Crazy gets his lap back here on lap number 38. Is back on the lead lap in the 19th place spot. That is good to see.
Meanwhile, down on pit road, the 97 of Nate Trito is going to take 4 tires and fuel. Who is going to win this race? It does look like the 97 of Nate Trito is going to win the race here off of pit road, as the 5 of Elwood is going to be shuffled back a little way.
And Dave, the 97 Trito was able to beat the 5 Elwood off pit road, but he was not able to beat the 42 of Creek off pit road, and ended up losing that spot. But that, and behind Nate Trito, we do have the 18 of Rick Donovan, who came up behind him with the 2 of Richie Evans, in line with 07 of Tyler Sifford as well here, back in the top 10. He still has a little bit of damage on that machine, but he's still going nice and strong. So it's only a matter of time before we see him up front, Dave.
Yeah, most definitely here is, this is going to be our 5th caution of the night here at Auto Club Speedway. Looks like this track is, especially the exit of turn 2, is claiming a lot of victims tonight. Oh, turn 2 is just so tricky for these drivers.
Oh, it definitely is very tricky. Yeah, that's where we've seen every single wreck this far. So yeah, that does really show just what these guys are going through to try and survive. And actually, that does give us some time to get a race interview in. So we are going to focus on the 99 of Eric Canex, currently in second place. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the 99 Eric Canex up here with us. Get a cup there, bud.
Hey, how's it going up there?
Good, how are you, buddy?
Not too bad. I get a look at the front here. It's probably a long time since I got to be behind the pace car here.
Oh, copy that. Well, we are glad to see you up front here behind that 64 of Michael Knight And also, once again, you enjoying the view of the lights on the pace car. But how's the race going so far, buddy?
Like I'm sure everybody said, the cars are loose, but you know, trying to make the most of it. I've gotten in some trouble here early, and I kind of got my car fixed up, so I guess we'll see what I have, see how long I can stay up here anyway.
Oh, copy that, Eric. And Eric, from what you've experienced so far during practice and during this these runs that we are having so far, do you think your car has what it takes to beat these guys?
I don't think so, but we're gonna give it our best, and like I said, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's all you can do right then. That is a very, very good strategy, Eric. Well, buddy, we're gonna let you get back to the driver's seat here. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. You're headed the right direction. So good luck to you, buddy, and make us proud.
I appreciate it, and thanks for what you guys do. Appreciate, and have a good watch on the race there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a 99. Eric Kanakes currently in that second place spot. We'll be starting behind the pace car on the outside line, and the lights on the pace car do turn off. 64 Michael Knight will lead this field with the help of the 42 of Jeffrey Creek. A 97 Nate Trito will be assisting the 99 of Eric Kanakes. And Dave, at this point, the top two drivers, 64 Michael Knight and 99 Eric Kanakes, have 6 laps more on their tires compared to everybody else.
Well, Sean, I don't know if that's wise, but we're going to find out if that's going to make them sit in ducks, or maybe they got some strategy that we don't quite know about right now.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely is a possibility. As right now, Dave, looking at it, the drivers do switch lanes. The top two drivers, 64 Michael Knight does prefer to start on the outside of the 99 Kanakes. Will start on the inside lane with the help of the 42 of Jeffrey Creek. And that 97 of Trito will be assisting the leader, that 64 of Michael Knight, as we are going back green flag racing. This time by on lap across the start finish line for lap 41. These guys are getting situated, doing their final stretches before this thing goes green, so they can be able to make up as many spots as possible before the tire starts kicking in. As right now they do exit turns number 3 and 4. The 99 Kanakes does bring on 34 or 64 Michael Knight on the outside, and the pace car is off. The 64 Knight does put it down. The 99 Kanakes trying to hold off the 97 Nate Trito. The 42 of Jeffrey Creek will assist the 99 of Kanakes on the inside line. The 97 of Trito on the outside trying his best to get past the 99 of Eric Kanakes, and so far does lead a slight nose entering turn 1.
Yeah, it looks like Nate Trito is going to hold that middle lane there. He is going to get a good run off of the turn. He is going to clear the 99 of Kanakes, but here comes Jeffrey Creek. He is no longer helping him. He is moving to the inside there. Also, a little further back, there's the 18 of Rick Donovan, the 2 of Richie Evans. And, Sean, look at this. The 07 of Tyler Sifford that we've seen and involved in an earlier incident has made his way back up into the 6th position.
Oh, yeah. I did expect to see this driver up here in no time, as right now he is charging with the draft of the 18 of Rick Donovan. He does move himself up into the 6th place spot, and the 18 of Donovan right now right in that middle lane and opens the door for the 07. The 18 Donovan goes sideways there off the track. The 2 of Richie Evans gets into him. The 4 of Mike Reming of T-Bone, as we do have a wreck here exiting turn 2. Holy cow. Let's go back and take a look at that and focus on the 18 of Donovan.
Well, as we pull up our Dre broadcasting replay here, we are going to focus on the 18 of Rick Donovan, as it looks like coming out of the turn looks like turn 2 is biting some more victims. He just gets loose. The 2 of Richie Evans had nowhere to go, made contact with him, as it looks like the 4 of Seabrands, the 29 of Walzenbach is going to get around him. Oh, that has got some heavy damage on that 18 machine of Rick Donovan.
Yeah, very unfortunately indeed for all drivers involved in that. And Rick Donovan right now with some heavy damage, going to be going down pit road to get some damage fixed. And I believe Rick Donovan was involved in an earlier incident, so he most likely did end up using his backup car. But if he didn't, we do hope he still has it, so he can be able to get that sucker fixed, get a brand new one. and get back out there and stay competitive. And going back up front, the 97 Trito being shown in the race lead, 42 of Jeffrey Creek in second place behind him, 64 Michael Knight third, 99 Eric Kanakes fourth, and the 07 of Tyler Sifford in the 5th place spot. Last time we checked on Sifford, he was in the 8th place spot, but now he's all the way up into the top 5. As right now the 97 Trito does head or point the nose down pit road, and he will lead everybody else down pit road. Yes, he will. Yep, everybody will be going down pit road except for 2 drivers, but it looks of it, it's the 49 of Nathan Shiflett. And also another driver who I can't get the number of quite yet.
Sean, that'll be the 39 there of Zachary Kraser.
Oh, Zachary Kraser was able to get his lap back. The last caution we had is now being shown in second place spot behind the 49 of Nathan Shiflett, who does take over the race lead here on lap number 44.
Watching these drivers down on pit road, it looks like most of them are going to take 4 tires and back out. The 97 of Nate Trito is going to lead them off. Also, here comes the 7 of Tyler Sifford, Alan Elwood, and the rest of them make their way back off pit road.
And that does give us some time to get another race interview in, so let's focus on the 07 of Tyler Sifford. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the 07 of Tyler Sifford up here with us. Get a copy there, bud.
Yeah, I got a copy.
How you doing, buddy?
It's doing good. Car's tight-ish. You can drive it in deep and stick, but if you try and play any further than that, the tail end's gonna be a little bit too happy and want to come around.
Oh, 10-4. Well, that is very, very sad to hear, but man, by the looks of it, you are managing it quite well. And Tyler, we did notice that you were involved in a little bit of an incident on the exit of turn 2, and the caution did not fly, and you sustained a little bit of rear end damage from being hit once you did get loose, and also a little bit of some left side damage, left front damage on your machine. Are you noticing any differences in performance?
It's a little looser than what it usually would be without any damage, but all I have to do is just adjust my driving line a little bit and it fixes the problem.
Oh, copy that. And yeah, most drivers out there having a problem of getting loose, but you said you're having a problem of getting tight. Did you notice the tightness after you had the damage or before?
Definitely after. I know I got smacked in the rear pretty hard, so I have a feeling it knocked something loose under the back end. But it's really tight for me entering, and then just as soon as I go and exit, it just feels like there's no lateral grip at all.
Oh, 10-4, Tyler. Well, we are sorry to hear about that, but we are glad that despite that, you're still having a heavy foot and keeping your hammer down the floor and trying your best to use as many drivers as you can to use their draft to try and counter all that damage. And from what you've seen so far, buddy, do you think you have what it takes to keep these guys behind you?
It's all about getting a good exit here. These cars are so even with one another. You know, you can drive in hard, but if the guy who lays back and gets a better exit, you know, he's going to be golden down the front straight and down the back straight. It's a big momentum swing track, you know, especially if you're on the high side and you're able to stay, you know, with the guy below you. You'll be able to essentially get a lot better run than he would be because he has to hold it down while you can, you know, drift it up the racetrack.
Oh, that is very, very nicely said, and yeah, I agree with you. It's all about the timing here at a track like this. You guys using the draft, like you said, you guys being all even, and it all depends on the driver who does time it better. And Tyler, you are now back 1 to green, so we are going to let you get back to the driver's seat, and we do hope that you do counter that damage just like you've been doing all night long. Good luck to you, buddy, and make us proud.
Thank you, will do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to 1 to green, being led by the 49 of Nathan Shiflett. He is going to be on the outside there with the, looks like the 42 of Creek behind him. Meanwhile, on the inside, we are going to have the 39 of Zachary Kreeser with the 97 of Nate Trito also on the inside there. So this restart is going to be interesting as these front 2 guys did not pit this caution. So they are on much, well, not much older, but they are on older tires than everybody else.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make things very, very interesting. And looking at it right now, the leader of the 49 of Shiflett has 9 laps on his tires, which is 6 laps less than everybody else who just pitted in. While the 39 of Zachary Crazer is gonna have 8 laps on his tires, which will be 5 laps less than everybody else. So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how it plays out for them here once they restart. Once these guys go green as right now, they do exit turns on the 3, and for the pace car, dips off the 3 of the 39 of Crazy Dasbury down the 49 of Shiflett. Gets a very good jump on the 42 of Creek. 39 of Zachary Crazy caught sleeping by 97 of Trito on his rear end, giving him some life to try and maintain that second place spot against the 42 of Jeffrey Creek. And that 97 Trito right now is riding both lanes, trying to get a run against on the 39 of Crazer and ground the 42 of Creek in the process.
Yeah, it looks like Crazer is going to jump up in front of the 42 of Creek. That is going to put the 97 of Trito. He is going to be a little way back here coming into 3. Creek is going to cut his nose off on the entry. Chrysler on the outside. He is going to get passed by the 97 of Trito and the 42 of Creek. He is going to drop back into the 4th position.
And further back behind Zachary Crazer, we do have a 3-wide action here. 64 Michael Knight in the middle. 07 Sifford on the inside. The 5 of Edward. 3rd on the outside, but he does back it down. Lets it go 2 wide. 64 of Knight on the outside. Shuffled out right now. He's going to take in 3 wide once again. The 5 of Edward does a crossover move. He's in the middle. The 29 of was back on his inside. They do go back to double foul. The 64 of Knight does a couple of spots there in that one turn, but they are coming up to the 99 of Eric Canates, who does stay high to let these guys by. And further back ahead, we have the 07 of Tyler Silver trying to hold off the 29 of Matthew Welsenbach, but Matthew Welsenbach with a hammer down the floor, trying his best to use the 39 of Crazer to catch the 07 of Sifford.
Yeah, it looks like Sifford is going to be back in the top 5. He is going to take that number 4 spot. Meanwhile, Matthew Welsenbach in the 29 machine of that Camaro is looking to get around Chrysler. We did see Matthew Welsenbach last night in the Truck Series race lead a bunch of laps, but just due to fuel mileage, he was not able to bring it home. But it looks like he wants to get up here and contend as him and the 5 of Elwood get to the inside there. Tyler Sifford is that they are going to make the pass here through turns 3 and 4.
Man, he's still putting on a hard fight right now with the hammer down the floor, trying his best to keep the 5 of Elwood behind him. But Elwood does have the preferred race line here on the apron on the front stretch. The 27 of Welsenbach does drift high. That opens the door for the 5 of Elwood to look to his inside at the same time. The 07 of Sifford to look to the inside of the 29 of Matt Welsenbach. 29 Welsenbach gets sideways there, entering turns 1 and 2, and will go off the track. The 07 of Sifford does get the worst under the deal as he does go off the track, hits the wall, and will stay off the racing surface, and the green flag will stay out.
Oh, he has got some more heavy damage. Highly unfortunate there. Let's see if we can't go back and catch this on replay here. Focusing on the 7 of Tyler Sifford. We are going to go back and replay this here and see if we can't see exactly what occurred here as we try to get a close-up view here. As it looks like just not far enough here. Let's go back a little further here. As it looks like they were trying to go maybe 3 wide here. Sifford is going to drop down behind the 5 of Elwood as they come out of turn number 2 here. Looks like Elwood's Welsenbach gets loose, makes contact with that back rear of Sifford. Sifford has no choice but to go for a ride, making contact with the inside wall, but we will stay under green flag conditions.
Yeah, very unfortunate indeed for all the drivers involved, especially the 07 of Sifford, who did get the worst end of that deal, and right now is still pushing about 180 miles an hour max speed. Still countering the damage. That car is still flying despite everything it's been through. It's taken quite a beating tonight, and I'm sure it's not the last. Going back up front, we do have the 97 Trito in the lead with the 42 of Jeffrey Creek right behind him, about 0.2 seconds behind him, or 0.2 of a second behind, with the 49 of Nathan Schiff, the 3rd place in line.
Well, we are now under 30 laps to go, 29 laps remaining. We are being led by the 97 and 8 Trito. Going a little further back there, we saw the 18 of Rick Donovan involved in an earlier incident. He has made his way back up into the number 6 position as he is trying to chase down the 2 of Richie Evans and Elwood and try to gain as many more positions. Meanwhile, the 39 of Zachary Kraser is still running really good. He is running right there behind the 18 of Rick Donathan.
Yeah, it's good to see Rick Donathan back up here in the top 10, because last time we checked on him, he did have some heavy damage. The last 2 times we checked on him, looks like the first time he got involved in that incident, he didn't end up getting out his backup car and was able to hang on to it until he really needed it. Once he got involved in the last incident that we had there, and right now has a brand new car looking very good out there. We're using the draft of the, looks like that's going to be the 2 of Richie Evans. And right now we have one driver down pit road, it's the 87 of David Elliott.
Well, going a little further back here, Matthew Walzenbach has dropped back into the 9th position here as they are battling it out. As they got a really good pack here, being led by the 99 of Eric Kennecakes, Walzenbach, and the 59 of James Thorndike, who we have not talked much about. He is cracking the top 10 here after starting in 15th position. He has been real quiet here, but meanwhile, also behind him, you got the 64 Michael Knight and another driver we haven't talked much about tonight, the 05 of Tommy Amassi, running in 12th.
59 David White, 64 Michael, 59 of James Thorndike, sorry, and 64 Michael Knight right now trying to pick lanes to see which one's the fastest, and the 59 of Thorndike will ride behind the 29 of Welsbach as that 99 of Connects does get around him and chops his nose off to let him know that's his territory and that is his spot. 99 of Connects does drift high here on the exit to turn 4, and that does open the door for the 29 of Welsbach to look to his inside. It's going to be a drag race here through the front stretch for that 8th place spot. Let's see who takes it. Holy cow, that was some close racing there. And that did give it to 29 of Matthew Welsbach, and the 99 of Connects does finally get past the 29 of Welsbach. As the 99 of Connects right now will fall back in line to try and get a run against 29 of Welsbach here on the exit of the turn, and he does charge on his back bumper. Let's see what happens. Oh, he tries tossing the inside, but he did a little too late. And 29 of Welsbach does drift high to let him occupy his inside line. They'll be side by side. What a battle. 29 of Welsbach gets hard into the wall, and that will slow him down.
Yeah, that's going to let the 64 Michael Knight get there. Here comes the 59 of Thorndike as they go side by side here through turn 1. Looks like Thorndike is going to have a slight edge here. He's drifted up just a little bit. Coming out of turn number 2, it looks like Thorndike is going to be leading the 29 of Matthew Welsbach by just an edge.
And the 05 of Tommy Amassi will try, or the 05 of Amassi will try and push the 29 of Welsbach, but does back off. Entering turns number 3 and 4. And the 05 of Amassi still occupying that middle lane, but his inside is the 4 of Mike Rominger. Mike Rominger has had some bad luck tonight as well, but he's still out there trying to counter that damage because that rear end is dinged up. 29 wasn't back. 59 James Thorndike still stays side by side. The 59 of Thorndike finally clears the 29 of Welsbach, who will fall back in line, but nope, the 4 of Rominger is occupying his inside. It's going to be a drag race on the backstretch. Number 29 Welsbach does have a bigger exit, a better exit off the turn, and will keep the 4 of Rominger behind him.
Yeah, most definitely here going back up front. We are being led by the 97 of Nate Trito. He does have the 42 of Jeffrey Creek right there with him, but they have some gap between Jeffrey Creek and Alan Elwood. But Alan Elwood's got the 49 of Nathan Shiflett right behind him here. So we have got some battles brewing up front here. Meanwhile, they have got a big gap between the 5th place car, the 2 of Richie Evans, and the 18 of Rick Donovan back in P6.
Yeah, Richie Evans and Rick Donovan right now spaced out quite a bit. Looks like Rick Donovan is just barely getting a draft of the 2 of Richie Evans at this point. Dave, looks like Rick has changed his game plan. He's now just pretty much staying out of packs, staying away from packs. I was trying to actually stay ahead of them because he does have a big pack behind him, but not as much ahead of him. So that's a way for him to avoid getting into more trouble than he already has been in all night long tonight. And going back up on 42 of Creek, challenging the 97 Trito for the race. They are going to battle side by side throughout the backstretch here. Entering turn 3, the 42 of Creek. Let's take it away.
Well, Sean, it looks like most of these drivers are right about 18 laps here on their tires, 17, 18 laps. question is, can they make it on fuel? We are now 20 laps to go remaining here at the TreatMyClock.com by Janssen Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series.
And speaking of that gas, Dave, we should expect to see some green flag pit stops here in the next 10 laps, as these guys will be going down pit road to get their final pit stop of the night. Just like you said, they do have 20 laps remaining here until the checkered flag flies on a fuel tank. These guys can go about in between 20 to 30 is the safest way to estimate. So that will give them a little bit of a gap there. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens if they do come down pit road. But the 97 Twitter right now up front is still challenging the 42 of Jeffrey Creek, but Jeffrey Creek still manages to keep him behind him and maintain that lead.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now under 20 laps to go here at Auto Club Speedway. We are going to take our last commercial break of the evening, give everybody a chance to refill their drinks, refill their snacks, and be ready for this exciting finish here in race chase number 4. We will be right back.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TreatMyClock.com 300, sponsored by Janssen. It is part of the Extreme Motorsports Xfinity Series here for Chase Race number 4, or as a part of Chase Race number 4 here at Auto Club Speedway. Ever since we left, we have had some green flag pit stops. We have everybody has pitted in except for the 82 Mike Franklin, our new race leader, and the 7 of Gary Woolbert, and also the 87 of David Elliott. So of the whole entire field, only 3 drivers are left to pit in. While the 82 of Mike Franklin does continue to put down some laps. Just got overtaken by the 29 of Matt Welsenbach, who will be shown the last car on the lead lap. He just got his lap back the hard way right there by getting around the 82 of Mike Franklin. And Dave, we have a driver down pit road right now. It's the 39 of Zachary Kraser. Has been on pit road for the last 6 minutes or so. So it looks like his night just might be over. Yeah, that front end is not looking too good, but the rear end is looking well. But by the looks of it, it just might affect his performance still.
Yeah, but we are up. The 82 of Mike Franklin is making his way down on pit road. That leaves just one driver left to make a pit stop. That is going to be the 7 of Gary Wolbert. As we see him here coming out of turn number 4, he is going to stay on the track and lead his first lap.
Yep, Gary Wolbert stays out here and now has 26 laps on his tires here on lap number 69 with 12 laps to go. Oh, and Dave, he has a 97 Nate Rito right behind him. Well, Nate Rito is about, just got around him right there and got his lap back the hard way. It's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens on the 7 of Gary Wolbert pits in, because he was showing the 97 Rito 13 seconds behind Gary Wolbert.
Well, we are going to have another new race leader. The 97 of Nate Trito is going to take that race lead away, but he does have the 5 of Alan Elwood right behind him, and the 42 of Jeffrey Creek, as they are within striking distance, as we are now 12 laps remaining here tonight.
And that 7 of Gary Wolbert, the last driver left to pit in, does head down pit road, this time by his green flag pit stop, and I didn't notice that. But I guess the 97 Trito was on the same lap as the 7 of Gary Wolbert and takes over the race, just like he had pointed out. And the 5 of Elwood will be about 0.5 seconds, half a second behind the 97 Nate Trito, but he's still in the draft range. So he just might suck him in here shortly. And as you speak right now, he is pulling him here slowly but surely. Oh, the caution will fly here on lap number 70. We are going to go back and take a look at who might have been involved. Oh, we have a driver sideways here for a change. It's in between turns 3 and 4. The 49 Nathan Shiflett takes it sideways here on the entrance to turn 3. Let's focus on the 49 of Shiflett on replay.
Well, as we look in, Sean, I see it was the 87 of David Elliott coming out of turn number 4 there. Got a little loose, got a little slow on the road here. I am currently following him. He gets loose out of turn number 4, gets it turned around sideways up on the racetrack. Let's take a look at the 49 machine. As I don't see exactly where he spun, but looks like the caution was brought out by the 87 of David Elliott.
Oh, that makes sense, Dave. By the looks of it, the 49 of Shiflett did spin out as soon as that caution flew on the exit of turn 4. But yeah, it did start at the 87 of David Elliott, who did lose it under braking while trying to go down pit road. That was definitely a very, very nice save by the 87 of David Elliott and the 49 of Nathan Shiflett. But going back up front, we have the 97 Nate Trito still in the lead, but right now he does go down pit road to get a full set of tires, a new set of tires, because we will have less than 6 laps to go. Actually, no, I should say less than 8 laps to go once we go green here this time or the next time we go green. So he's trying to play it safe, because it's better safe than sorry.
Yeah, we did have the 5 of Elwood stay out, the 42 of Creek, 49 of Shiflett, 2 of Richie Evans, the 18 of Rich Donington, and also the 29 of Matthew Walzenbach. Also the 05 of Tommy Amasti and the 87 of David Elliott all stay out, and that is going to take the, looks like about top 10 there, top 12 are going to stay out as everybody else pitted behind them.
Yeah, Dave, that's going to make things very, very interesting. But at the same time, it does make it harder for the drivers who just pitted in, like the 97 Nate Trito, to get around all that traffic. Because, it's a strict field. And even though they might have older tires, they will still put in a hard fight until the death. Because once we go green, we will have less than 10 laps to go. We actually already have less than 10 laps to go So that will make things very interesting. And that does give us some time to get a race interview in, so we are going to focus on the 4 of Mike Rominger. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the 4 of Mike Rominger up here with us. Get a cup there, Mike.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Good, how are you, buddy?
Not too bad.
Well, Mike, you've been doing an amazing job out there, but we've noticed that you've been involved in 2 T-bone incidents there. You were trying to slow down, but couldn't slow down in time. Had to avoid making a difference in the situation. How's the race going so far, buddy?
Aside from getting in those accidents, it ain't been too bad.
Oh, 10 for that is very, very good to hear. And that your car doesn't look, is not in the prettiest shape, but you've still been doing an amazing job and taking away as many spots as you could. How's it handling, buddy?
Well, it's not. It's faster in the corners than it is on the straightaway. So I'm just trying to make up spots in the corners. So with the damaged car, it's hard to hack some of these guys. So.
Oh, copy that, Mike. Well, we are glad that you're still able to make up some time, but yeah, just like you said, you are losing all that time again on the straight stretches, but it does benefit you when you are in the draft of other drivers, which does really help counter that damage. And Mike, looking at your stats right now, you have had 1 pole position during the chase, you have had 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s. Did you find this as a success?
I wish I could have a little bit more. I mean, I've had a rough season, so I'm just going to try to make the best of it and go on to the next season.
That's the spirit right there, brother. Well, Mike, you are coming back 1 to green here. You will have less than, looks like less than 7 laps, or less than 8 laps to go once you guys go green. So good luck to you, buddy. Keep your hammer down at the floor. Keep all your 4 wheels down on the racing surface and make us proud as usual.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 4 of Mike Rominger, currently in the 12th place spot. As right now, the drivers are back 1 to green, and once we go green, we will have about 6 laps remaining. As we do exit the backstretch here, we have the 5 Elwood in the lead of the 49 of Nathan Shiflett on his rear end. That 42 of Jeffrey Creek leading the outside with the help of the 2 of Richie Evans.
Well, Sean, we are going to have a 6-lap shootout here tonight for the checkered flag. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 6 laps to go once they take the green flag here, as we are being led by the 5 of Alan Elwood on the inside, the 42 of Jeffrey Creek on the outside, Nathan Shiflett on the inside behind Elwood, Richie Evans outside there behind Jeffrey Creek. As the pace car now brings them into turns 3 and 4. We are getting ready to go back green flag racing as they are bunched up double file. Pace car brings them out of turn number 4 as the pace car dips down into pit road. Elwood is going to get hard on that throttle. He is going to catch everyone else sleeping. He is coming across the start-finish line. He is going to jump up in front of Creek there, but Shiflett is challenging Creek for that 2nd spot.
Yep, that 42 of Creek still putting on a hard fight, refusing to lose that spot easily, but the 49 of Shiflett does have a better exit here on the exit of turn 2, and will clear the 42 of Creek here before the turn number 3, and the 5 Elwood right now having a Sunday drive, but he does have both drivers approaching him, so that pressure is about to start rubbing onto him. But behind, for the back in the pack of the 97 Trito, challenges the 29 of Wilson, but he does get on successfully. And his next victim, the 18 of Rick Donathan.
You got to remember, though, 97 Nate Trito is on fresh tires here as we are now 5 laps to go here tonight. He gets around 18 of Rick Donovan with no problem. He is now looking to get around the 2 of Richie Evans here as he is wanting to get back up here and come away with a win.
And Dave, let's try and ride on the in-car with the 97 of Trito, just so we can watch him work, because right now he does challenge the 2 of Richie Evans. Oh, the caution will fly right behind him here with 5 laps to go. We are going to go back and take a look at who might have been involved. 005 Tommy Amasi, 29 Matt Welsbach, the 7 Gary Woolbot. Oh, heavy damage on these machines. Let's go back on replay and focus on the... Actually, looks like it started ahead on the 29 of Matthew Welsbach.
Well, as we focus on the 29 of Matthew Welsbach, running right behind. Oh, him and the 59 of Thorndike make contact, come up, collect the 07 of Tyler Sifford. Oh, that is disastrous, Sean. I'm not sure if we are going to go back green flag racing. That might just be the end of the race.
Yeah, it just might be the end of the race, but we had a caution with 5 laps to go, so I believe that just might give us a 1 to 2 lap shootout if we're lucky enough. And unfortunately, out of that deal right there, the 07 of Sifford has retired for the night after sustaining some heavy damage. Like you said, he was involved in that. As the 29 of Welsbach does go sideways on the track, trying his best to crawl down to pit road. 59 James Thorndike, heavy smoke throughout that machine. It is a barbecue all the way on the racing surface. He will be pitting in this time. Let's just hope James Thorndike does still have his backup car handy. Looks like he will stay out, most likely thinking that it just might be a sign that we won't be going green again, as he is clutching it in to try and keep those temps low.
Yeah, most definitely here as we are now 3 laps to go. Sean, I don't think we're going to go back green flag racing. I think this is going to be the race, but don't quote me on it yet here, as it looks like this 7 machine of Gary Wolbert is going to get the wave around. He is going to get the lucky dog and get back on the lead lap.
That is some great timing by the 7 of Gary Woolbot. Has kept a low profile all night long tonight. When he mattered the most, he ended up still being able to finish this race on the lead lap. And right now, the 5 of Elwood is in the lead of the 42 of Jeffrey Creek. Behind him, the 42 Nathan Schiff at 3rd. 97 Nate Trito in the 4th place spot. The 2 of Richie Evans will round up the top 5. And we will be coming to 2 to green. I want to cross the start finish line this time.
Well, if that pace car lights do not come off this time by, we will finish this race under caution here. So we will keep an eye on the front of the pack here. Keep an eye on that pace car to see if we are going to go back green flag racing or if this race is going to end under the yellow flag.
Yeah, fingers crossed right there. In this race right here has claimed a lot of drivers. Well, the track has claimed a lot of drivers on the exit of turn number 2 there. So the points just might be shaken up once we end tonight's race. But once again, going over the standings, we had this Alan Elwood in the lead. Nathan Trito, the defending champion, 2nd. The 4 of Mike Rominger, 3rd. 59 James Thorndike, 4th. The 2 of Richie Evans, 5th. The 82 of Mike Franklin, 6th. 75 Rusty Farrow, 7th. The 32 of Mason Kane, 8th. The 15 of Chris Parkman in 9th. 07 of Tyler Sifford, 10th. The 14 of Vern Bradley, 11th. And the 88 of John Hilson, who unfortunately was not able to make it tonight, will be rounding up here the top 12. As all the drivers just pointed out, are racing here in the chase. And this race will really shake up those points, because a lot of drivers did have the night's end early.
Well, Sean, the lights on the pace car did stay on, so this race is going to end under the yellow. So it looks like Alan Elwood is going to come away to win here tonight at the TreatMyClock.com by Janssen here at Auto Club Speedway for the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Xfinity Series.
Yeah, great race indeed for every single driver out there trying their best, and most of them did their best, or everyone did their best to try and avoid being a victim of the track claiming their car. But overall, it was an amazing race. We ended up seeing some green flag pit stops, and the 5 of Elwood will bring his another podium finish here 3 times in a row, as he has been the leader in points for the last 2 races, and will continue to be as of this race. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how the points affect Nate Trito for next week, the finale here of the Extreme Motorsports season series here. And next week, once again, will be the Ford EcoBoost 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway Chase Race number 5. Well, we are going to interview the top 3 drivers once we cross the start finish line for the checkered flag, as right now we are 1 to go.
Yeah, the 5 of Elwood just come across the start-finish line. He took the white flag here tonight. Is next time by, he will take the checkered flag, get a victory lap, and get to do some burnouts.
And we talked about the 59 of James Thorndike, who was smoking heavily, who was still going around the track, but unfortunately his motor ended up giving out because he did end up overheating due to that heavy smoke. And he's down pit road right now, getting some damage fixed, but that will end his race in 15th place, 2 laps down. And that 05 Tommy Amasi as well down pit road will be the last car on the lead lap in 14th place. Actually, he's down pit road, so he will be going a lap down once across the start-finish line for that checkered flag. But the 7 of Gary Wood once again did get his lap back the hard way as soon as that last caution, this caution flew to end tonight's race. And that 29 Mighty Wasn't Dave is still going sideways, going nice and strong, determined to bring it home regardless.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to bring it home, even though it's definitely a banged-up Chevy Camaro out there. But as we look back at the 5 of Alan Elwood, he is our race leader. He is coming out of turn number 4 here at pace speed of 70 mile an hour, getting ready to take the checkered flag here at Auto Club Speedway.
Yep, that 5 Alan Elwood will take the checkered flag at pace speed 70 miles an hour, no harm done, no pressure from behind, and brings it home once again here. And behind the 42, Jeffrey Creek second, the 49, Nathan Schiffler third, 97, Nate Trito fourth, the 2 of Richie Evans fifth, the 18 of Rick Donathan sixth, 82 of Mike Franklin seventh, 64 of Michael Knight eighth, the 99 Eric Canakes ninth. Actually, that's the 4 Mike Rominger ninth, and the 99 Eric Canakes in the 10th place spot to round up the top 10. But we are going to focus on the 5 Alan Elwood as he does do his victory lap, this time by most likely a smoke show. Well, so far we do have the second place driver 42 Jeffrey Creek and the 49 of Nathan Schiffler finishing in the 3rd place spot. We're not able to get communications with the 5 Alan Elwood, but we will give him a few seconds, a few minutes here to get back up here. But we are going to start with the 3rd place driver from the bottom to the top, the 49 of Nathan Schiffler. Got a cop there, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
What was that?
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Well, Nathan, you did put in a hard fight tonight. Haven't had the best season this season, but you were still able to qualify in 3rd place and finish in the 3rd place spot. Very, very good on your part. And man, you guys were really wheeling those machines to try and avoid getting claimed by the track, or getting claimed, yeah, pretty much by the track and the car's handling. How's your race tonight, buddy?
Oh, it was good. I just had to battle the track. It was kind of scary getting full throttle in the corners because I didn't know if the car was about to break loose or what. It was just so weird how the car would just automatically turn some laps, and then some laps it had a lot of grip. So I was just trying to ease it around there and just trying not to mess up anybody in the chase because since I'm not in it, and I'm just trying to have a good race.
Oh, 10-4, Nathan. Man, you did an amazing job regardless. You, for the back, throughout the whole entire field, in the whole entire race, you did keep a low profile and was able to really get up there when it really mattered the most. Which you did really do an amazing job once again, staying alive and just minding your P's and Q's and being able to be at the right place at the right time and staying ahead of those wrecks throughout. And Nathan, next week we are going to be having our final race here at Homestead Miami Speedway, chase race number 5. How much experience do you have at Homestead, buddy?
Oh, a lot of experience. I really like that track. The Highline really works. I haven't really tried it with the new tire model yet and everything, but I really like that track because it's mostly a multi-groove track, and I think that's what the problem is at some of these tracks. It's not really a bunch of multi-groove racing, and that's why we do have a lot of beating and banging. But that's one reason I like Homestead is just you can go high or low and still have good, clean racing.
Oh, copy that. That is very, very good to hear. So with that said, we do expect another podium finish from you, buddy, as you have been doing an amazing job throughout the whole entire season, even though it hasn't really gone your way because you've been getting involved in almost every single wreck there's been throughout the past races. But tonight was a very, very different one, as you end up bringing it home in 3rd place and running up the podium finishes. Before I let you go, but any final words?
Yes, I would just like to thank Battery Interstate for coming on board. My good buddy's watching right now that works at Battery Interstate. What's up, Mike? And then Giant Bomb Gaming, go check them out. They're a popular gaming channel, and I know Ron and them are watching tonight, and I didn't really have them on the card but for the back, but I'm pretty sure it got airtime. And just like to thank for them to come on board all year because they really do actually pay me to race, so I really do thank that. And other than that, thanks for broadcasting.
Well, Nathan, I want to congratulate you once again for your podium finish and want to thank you for the kind words and look forward to seeing you again next week at a track that you have a lot of experience at, Homestead Miami Speedway. Have a good night, buddy, and a good rest of the week.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a 3rd place finish for the 49, Nathan Schiller, but right in front of him is the 42 of Jeffrey Creek, a new driver here to the series. Got a call up there, Jeff?
Yeah, how's it going?
Good, how are you, buddy?
I am doing well, how are you?
Good too, thank you. Well, Jeff, tonight you just started in 4th place spot and finished in 2nd place, and last week at Chicagoland you did finish in the 9th place position despite, throughout you were battling throughout both races, and tonight you were just all over these leaders and trying your best to lead as many laps as possible, and you did actually lead a couple of laps because of your hard fought and heavy foot as well. How's your race, buddy, overall tonight?
Yeah, it was pretty good. The setup was good. It was just a little loose in the center of the corner 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 was a little loose off. But other than that, it was. I actually enjoy the car. I like the new tire model. It just makes the B car a little bit more fun to drive.
Oh, copy that. I am very, very glad to hear that. And after thinking about your strategy, or how you were driving tonight, do you think you'd have changed anything to better your chances of staying ahead of the leader, or being the leader?
No, not really. I chose to stay out there at that last caution just due to the fact that I know how those cautions go at the end of the race. So I've been burned before by not staying out. So I just figured I'd stay out and then see what everybody else did. And as you saw, 8, I think it was like 6 or 7 cars this gap between us and the first guy on 4 fresh tires. So, I think we got the best finish that we would have got tonight. But everything I got to win them a book.
10-4, Jeffrey. That is very, very nicely said. And Jeff, you have come in late this season, but you have been doing an amazing job the last 2 races that we've had you. And coming up to next season, buddy, should we expect to see more of you? And if so, do you think you have what it takes to take it away from these guys?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't raced in almost a year, so I just started racing again about a month ago. So once I learn the stuff again, then I think I'll be good to go.
Copy that, brother. We do look forward to seeing more of you, as you are an amazing driver who does give these guys a run for their money. Before I let you go, but any final words?
I just got to thank my teammates, Mike, Alan, Richie, and just Rick for putting on the league, and you guys for broadcasting it every week.
I do thank you for the kind words, and once again, congratulations on being an amazing driver and 2nd place finish tonight, and also a 9th place finish, a top 10 finish last week at Chicago, and we look forward to seeing you at the finale next week at Homestead Miami. Have a good night, buddy.
You too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 42, Jeffrey Creek, but right in front of him is the man of the night, the man of the hour, the man who has been in the points lead for the last 2 races. That's the 5 of Alan J.L. with the biggest opponent, the biggest threat to the defending champion, the 97 A Trito. You got a cup there, Alan?
Yeah, I got you, Sean.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Much better.
Oh, 10-4. Well, that does give you 4 top 5s and 4 top 10s throughout the whole entire chase series. How you feeling, buddy? Holy cow.
Luck kind of was on my side, I think, tonight. Definitely got through one big wreck about halfway through the race that managed to escape through. Had a little bit of damage with some contact from Nate, but we were just racing hard for the lead there. Got that fixed toward the end of the race, and then we just tried to see, with the cautions coming up tonight, maybe luck would play in our favor if we stayed out at the end. I saw Nate pitted, so tried to stay out, and a caution came out, lo and behold, and we got her done.
Oh, 10-4, Alan. And man, that was definitely some great driving on your part. And Alan, I did notice that entering turn number 3 on the bottom lane, when you're trying to make passes, your car was a little bit squirrely. How do you handle that?
You gotta have a lot of throttle control. It seemed like pretty much anywhere in the turns around this track tonight, you had to have some throttle control, and the cars got around from some guys tonight, so it was very evident, and you had to really be careful. How much room you gave guys tonight. So I think it was a fairly clean race overall, just some self spins, but not too bad. So like I said, just throttle control and then keeping it under you.
And Alan, like I had pointed out, you have been the season standings leader for the last 2 races we've had. And starting tonight's race, you were 17 points ahead of the defending champion, 97 of Nate Trito. And man, you've been doing an amazing job, just like I pointed out. And tonight does give you your first win here in the Chase Series. With that said, do you think you have what it takes to take it away from the defending champion?
Yeah, I think so. Homestead is a good track for me, especially in this car. Pulled off quite a few wins over the last few years, so I think we can do it. At least, as long as I get a top 10, top 5 next week, I'll be happy, and we'll come away with it. So just got to leave it at that and go in and see where we come out at.
That is very, very nicely said, and that does give us something to look forward to, you keeping the 97 Nate Trito behind you and being crowned as the new season champion here at the Extreme Motorsports Xfinity Series. So we do have something to look forward to next week for the finale. Once again, the Ford EcoBoost 300 at Homestead, Miami. Oh, but before I let you go, any final words?
Yeah, thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast. You guys came in late in the season, and you guys have been doing a great job. So kudos to you guys, Rick and the whole crew here at Extreme, for putting on the race, and the guys down in Alliance, Mike, Richie, Jeff, and Cameron all tonight had strong runs. Just, again, some unfortunate luck for a couple of the guys, but overall a good run, and we'll see you guys next week.
Well, we do look forward to seeing you again next week. But also, congratulations, and have a good night.
Thanks, Sean. You too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 5 of Alan J. Edward, tonight's race winner and the points, and has been in the lead in points here for the last 2 races. And just got word there that he's now 19 points ahead of the 97 of Nate Trito. So that does make it a little bit harder for the 97 Trito to counter that, so he can be able to get ahead of the 5 of Alan Edward next week. Once again, that will be the Ford EcoBoost 300 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Chase race number 5, which will be having a chance to crown the champion here, a new champion, or the defending champion, the 97 of Nate Trito. Well, that does run up other interviews among the top 3, Alan Edward, Jeffrey Creek, and Nathan Shiflett. And Nate Trito tonight finishing in the 4th place spot with 2 of Richie Evans in that 5th place position, running up that top 5 here. And tonight's race, and Dave, it was an amazing race. We had a lot of drivers claimed by the exit of turn number 2. And a lot of drivers had their nights ended early because of getting involved in all those incidents. But it was an amazing race regardless, because this is some green flag pit stops and a lot of battles throughout.
Yeah, most definitely, Sean. It was a great battle. Looked like these drivers were battling the track more than each other, as this track became extremely tricky here tonight. Turn 2 definitely ate up a bunch of these cars here tonight, but I think that's all going to change. We're going to see some hard battling next week for our season championship.
Oh, absolutely, and that does give us something to look forward to. So, ladies and gentlemen, next week, make sure you have some extra drinks, some extra popcorn, just so you can be able to keep up with the action, because it is going to be very, very wild. We not only have the Xfinity Series here at the Extreme Motorsports, but we also have the finale in the Camping World Truck Series next Tuesday night. So we do look forward to having amazing finishes in both series. And once again, next week we will be racing at Homestead Miami Speedway for the finale, which will be the Ford EcoBoost 300 here at the Extreme Motorsports Xfinity Series for Chase race number 5, where we will be crowning a champion. The next broadcast we have will be on Saturday night at the Cyber Racing Association Acrylic Art Super Truck Series. It's going to be a championship race as well, round of 4 this Saturday night. So we do look forward to seeing you guys there if you guys enjoy super speedway racing or full throttle racing at super speedways. And my commentator Sean Zulu. I was joined by Dave Everly, my co-commentator, and also the cameraman, the producer. And thank you for watching. Have a good night, and see you again next broadcast. Good night.
Drivers, start your reading. Motor Sim Racing Magazine is the first and only magazine dedicated to sim racing. Every month we'll be covering the hot topics around the world of sim racing. So if you're looking to be in the know, go to www.motorsimsracing.com. You will find articles from your favorite drivers, leagues, and other prominent people in the sim racing community. Want an update of your favorite league? We got it. Want to learn the basics on finding a perfect league for you? We got it. Want to know more about how leagues are run? We got it. So remember, when you want to know what's going on in the sim racing world, go to www.motorsimracing.com.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.